something opens a door in us. What is the door that opens? Who is the one that opens it? These are mysterious questions. Who opens it? Some unknowable intelligence. Maybe the divine, whatever we decide to name the divine, God. Maybe it's just us. But with grace, a door opens within us. Something opens the door. It may be grief. It may be joy. It may be something remarkably beautiful. It may be something remarkably terrible. A shock. The end of a relationship. The body goes into a meltdown. Our normal patterns, our normal habitual patterns get broken up, are interfered with. The very secret assumptions, hopes, dreams we have of life and ourselves. The longing for stability. The sort of desperate attempt at control of ourselves, our environment, our world, which are all part of the human condition. But they get interrupted. The interruption is the door. What do we do? How do we respond when the door opens? Many resist the opening of the door because the door is the door to the unknown, let's face it. The door is the door of mystery. The door is the door of falling. The door is the door that takes us into a world that we, in many ways and often, don't know how to navigate. We've kind of worked out, to a certain extent, how to navigate for ourselves the surface world, the world that we, know how to navigate, how to move. We might do it well or we might do it badly, but we move in it just. But then things happen and we fall. And in that falling is the door. Ultimately, it's the door that awaits us at death. Death's door. But this is not death. This is a different kind of death. This is not death of the body system. This is the door of the death of the old you. The death of the old one. We may like that one. We may be attached to that one. In fact, probably we are going to be attached to that one because it's become familiar. Even if painful, it's become familiar. The old is familiar. The new, the fresh is unfamiliar. And when there's a door that opens into the unknown, it is unfamiliar. And we don't really know how to navigate it. Strategies might not work. Plans, ideas of ourselves, beliefs, the usual habitual ways that we have don't work. So there we are falling into a new world, which is actually the death of the old. That makes it difficult. So we clutch. We may try and return to the old version, 1.0, whatever it might be. but it's changed. You have to accept that life changes. You have to accept that you might have moved from that version of yourself, that old version of yourself. And this new one is more raw. It's not maybe as confident. The wounds have been exposed. Sometimes the door opens through the wounds. Sometimes the door opens and you see the wounds. And you draw up a little bit closer to the wounds, and obviously that brings fear. Still, the door opens to some new version of ourselves, some new iteration, some new evolution of ourselves. It's the way we evolve, it's the way we deepen, the way we mature. Certainly as you move through life's phases, this happens by itself almost. But for many, they resist that and they don't do that. So the maturation in many ways, the deepening, the humility, the grace, the surrender, the softening, doesn't really happen. Because they stay trying to hold on to the old version of themselves that was familiar and fighting like hell against falling into the great unknown. Because the door is the door to the great unknown. But only in the great unknown, in allowing ourselves into the unknown, willingly, does epiphany, does awakening, does realization, does opening happen. It won't happen. It might happen on a mental level and in other ways. But that's not what we're speaking of. And the door opens for many. Many are at the door. In fact, we could take it a stage further and say that each day we're faced with these doors, these openings. Every experience has the potential to meet it with the knownness or the unknownness. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. On this deepest journey, which is healing and spiritual awakening, it's almost incumbent upon us to carry that willingness to be in the unknown with us, because then potential arises, potential freedom. So this is a different way of talking about the problem self. When crisis happens, or when defeat happens, or when grief happens, or when disappointment happens, or when anger happens, or when the body starts, falling apart, or the symptoms, arise, or the emotions are too great, or there's a falling out with the family, or some business plan has gone to pieces. You deal with those things, of course, but they're doorways as well. The doors that open into the unknown. And in the unknown is great potential, great potential. Not in the unknown, but in us. The potential is not somewhere out there. It's us, creating a deeper space within ourselves. Most people don't have much space within them. And in this way, when the door opens, the door is opening with the potential of space, of inner spaciousness. Don't block it up again. Don't close the door. Don't just slam it shut with, this is too scary, this is too freaky, I don't like this. Because you close the door onto the potential of inner spaciousness. This is a great thing about inner spaciousness. You stop being so tight with everything. Stop being so definite with everything. The indefinite is where there's great allowance and opening. So Don't close the door.